So, a very good morning to all the viewers who are watching my video. Arjun. So, I am from the team of Miss Anais with Integrity. So, in this video analysis, we will be having a discussion on the strengthening the CSR framework. Okay, so the framework is a profitable idea or not, and actually what actually CSR is all about, and how the amount is been uh, distributed properly, and what percentage should be the appropriate percentage for a trustee to have a very good CSR committee. And these are the things which usually comes into our mind when we discuss about CSR framework, and the profitable idea which usually get generated and usually strengthened. Okay, so yeah, let us begin the session. So if you are new to this channel, please subscribe the channel, like the channel, share the channel as soon as possible, so you will be getting all the details regarding the things which are even been needed. So ever since the establishment of the CSR, we can say that corporate social responsibility regime in India, which is under section of 135. Okay, so which usually comes under the Act of 2013. So usually CSR spends, or we can say that CSR spending. Okay, so what actually the spending of CSR is all about, and let me take my pen to explain you much more detail. Okay, so usually it's CSR amount, okay, CSR spending in India, and which usually rises from 10,000 of 65 crores in 2014 to 15, which usually approximately 14 times, you can say that 24,865 crores in 2020 and 2021, and it is but there is no data. Okay, so there is no accurate data to verify whether the amount is right or wrong. But besides that, 2,926 companies in 2020 and 2021 which usually spends zero, okay, with a zero spends on CSR, and the spending less than the prescribed limit of 2% rules. Okay, so it usually comes under our excessive stimulation, and which usually a company spends on the amount of excess of minimum 2% as stipulated, but they are not using that. So graphical bias, when we discuss about that, graphical bias is just like how actually the article says about, and how what actually the graphical views of you can say that political geographical views also, you can say that graphical in the sense how the exact data usually signifies under the geopolitical, you can say the geographical bias. So when we discuss about the first provision, which usually comes under the article of 135, section 135 of the Act of Company, so it usually says uh, that 54% of CSR companies are concentrated in Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Gujarat. Okay, receiving the largest of CSR spends. Okay, while other states which have numerous population, or you can say the population index is much more, and in that location there is very less CSR contributed, or you can say that very less amount of contribution which has been observed. Okay, so high level committee which has been stipulated, or you can say that which has been established in 2018 to balance the equilibrium between the percentage and the revenue generation from a corporate social service, or you can say that responsibilities. Okay, so what actually it says about having a national level platform where all states would list their potential CSR admissible project would help companies assess their CSR funds would have most impactful across the country. Yes, it definitely, because the amount which usually been generated must be stipulated in a very technical manner. So here it is also been written about the destruction of board of companies in the absence of clear percentage for the local spends, and items of Schedule 7 of our Act, which usually deals with the burden environmental issues, and creates a countervailing effect. Okay, so however, an analysis of CSR spending of 2014 and 18, so and it reveals that while most of CSR spending is in education, yes, which is in education, which is all about 37%, and health sanitation was all about 29%, and the 9% was spent on the environment. Okay, so under this existing regulation and monitoring by the board lead and disclosure based regime, with the companies reporting the CSR spending annually to the corporate affairs minister, or we can say that MCA. Okay, through filling of this annual report, a technical member will be inputting and evaluating the things whether the exact given data is right or wrong. So, as per the technical guide of accounting issued by the Institution of Chartered Accountant of India, okay, so a company is only required to mention a CSR spends, none spends, underspend, and overspend in the note of to account. Additionally, an auditor can investigate only the details of spending and at most, okay, and at most can question the board about their authenticity. However, the auditor is not mandated to qualify the accounts for non-compliance or inadequate CSR performance in the audit report. Okay, so it is also been ensured. So then after the pathway to follow, yeah, pathway to follow in the sense we must and should have to follow the positive impact from the for a balance in the amount which has been stipulated. Okay, so what the project is about and how actually the generation has been going on, and what and how the administrative functions are been how the administrative functions are been assessing, and the data which has been provided by different states is exact or not, and the schemes under this project, and the idea of marketing, and the idea of generating, and the idea of the percentage growth in different sectors in the field of education, healthcare, sanitation, environment. Okay, so these all things comes under this point of view, in the point of discussion when we discuss about the CSR framework and profitable idea. So okay, so I hope you have got an idea regarding what actually I mean to say you all. So let me end the video itself for you. So thank you. If you are new, please subscribe the channel, share the channel. Okay, thank you.